Welcome to Improvenation, where we strive for self-improvement and personal growth. Today we delve into the subject of greed. This term might make you think of a villainous character in a movie or a book, but it's a trait that can sneak into anyone's life if we're not careful. Greed is defined as an excessive desire to possess wealth, goods, or abstract things of value. But it's more than just wanting to have a lot of things. It's about wanting too much. It's about letting that desire control your actions and decisions. The signs of greed can be subtle. You might find yourself constantly dissatisfied, no matter how much you achieve or acquire. You might always be longing for more, even when you already have plenty. Greed can also make you competitive, always trying to outdo others and have more than they do. And when it comes to sharing with others, you might find this difficult because sharing means having less for yourself. But why should we be concerned about greed? Well, if left unchecked, it can lead to a life of constant dissatisfaction and unrest. You're always chasing after the next big thing, never taking the time to enjoy what you already have, and that's no way to live. So we've defined greed and identified its signs, but how does it affect us and those around us? Greed doesn't just affect us personally, it ripples out, impacting our relationships and the society we live in. Let's dive deeper into this, shall we? First off, the personal effects. Greed often brings with it a heavy toll of stress, anxiety, and depression. You see, when we're consumed by a desire for more, we're often left feeling unsatisfied, unfulfilled, and unhappy no matter how much we gain. It's like trying to fill a bottomless pit. Moving on, let's talk about the impact on relationships. Greed can strain our bonds with others, leading to conflicts and misunderstandings. When we're constantly chasing after more, we may unintentionally neglect the people around us, or worse, view them as competition. And it doesn't stop there. Greed also has wider societal implications. It can lead to injustice, as some people hoard resources while others have none. It can drive exploitation, as the insatiable desire for more leads to disregard for the rights and well-being of others. And let's not forget about environmental damage. The reckless pursuit of wealth often means exploiting our planet's resources without considering the consequences. It's clear that greed has far-reaching consequences, but how can we combat it and cultivate contentment instead? The antidote to greed is contentment, a state of satisfaction with what we have. But how do we cultivate this sense of satisfaction? Let's dive in. First, let's do a little introspection. What are the things that truly matter to you in life? Are they material possessions, or are they intangible things like relationships, experiences, and personal growth? Next, ask yourself, do you feel enough with what you have? If not, why is that? Finally, consider how you could appreciate what you have more. Now let's move on to some practical tips for cultivating satisfaction. One powerful practice is gratitude. Regularly take time to reflect on what you're thankful for. It could be as simple as a warm cup of coffee in the morning, a call from a friend, or the ability to watch the sunset. Gratitude can shift your focus from what you lack to what you have. Next, focus on experiences over possessions. Material things can bring temporary happiness, but they often lead to a cycle of wanting more. On the other hand, experiences, whether it's traveling, learning a new skill, or spending time with loved ones, can bring lasting joy and memories. Sharing with others is another way to cultivate satisfaction. It's a paradox, but the more you give, the richer you feel. It's not just about money or things, but also time, skills, and kindness. Lastly, try to live in the present moment. Often we're so caught up in the past or worried about the future that we forget to enjoy the present. Mindfulness, the practice of being fully engaged in the present moment, can help you appreciate what you have right now. Cultivating satisfaction isn't a one-time thing, but a daily practice. It's about shifting your mindset from always wanting more to appreciating what you have. And remember, it's a journey, not a destination. Cultivating satisfaction can lead to a more fulfilling and peaceful life. Let's look at some wisdom from the ages on this topic. Throughout history, thinkers and philosophers have pondered the dangers of greed and the virtues of contentment. Their words echo through the ages, serving as guideposts on our journey toward satisfaction and peace. The Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "Greed has no limit." His words remind us that the thirst for more can become a never-ending cycle, one that leads to dissatisfaction and unrest. On the other hand, the Dalai Lama, a beacon of wisdom in our modern age, tells us, happiness does not come from material wealth, it comes from within. This profound statement encourages us to look inward for our joy, rather than outward toward material possessions. There's also a timeless proverb that says, "It is better to live with enough than to die because of greed." This wise saying emphasizes the importance of being satisfied with what we have, rather than constantly yearning for more. These words of wisdom serve as reminders that true happiness comes not from amassing wealth, but from being content with what we have. As we wrap up, remember that overcoming greed and cultivating satisfaction is a journey, not a destination. If you're eager to continue growing, do like, share, and subscribe to our Improvenation channel. We'd love to hear about your own experiences with greed and your strategies for overcoming it, so don't hesitate to leave a comment below. For more resources, head over to the Improvenation website. Thank you for joining us on this journey of self-improvement. Until next time, stay content and keep growing.